Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I have been trying out the pastel brushes in digital Atelier for Krita. Painted this morning and I have to tell you, I love them. So this is my third go with the digital Atelier brushes. Today I am looking at the pastel brushes and I've had a quick look at them. We've got there's 10 pastels and 3 blenders, one being a finger blender and so on. And really the reference image is for your benefit because as usual I'll be working off a different canvas, a different screen. Concentrate, Steve, concentrate. I've got man flu. I'm not making excuses. Well, I kind of am making excuses. We need to fill this with a this layer with a colour, a nice neutral grey colour. For the background, you know what, I'm going to go, because it's going to be lots of greens and things, I'm going to go with a complementary background. There we are. So that is the tint I'm using on my pastel paper. So I shall lock that layer so I can't draw on it again, and then create a new layer when I work out how to do that. There we go. So let's start drawing. I think I'm going to try. What have we got here? I like that. The basic pastel, I think. Is that? Oh, I've still got the bucket fill selected. Select the brush, Steve. Change the colour. Okay, that's not quite the right colour. And I want to be using sort of big strokes. I like when I'm doing pastels, I like to do them as an impressionism, really. So the bigger the pastel, the better to start with. So I'm just using this basic pastel first off, just to get some local colour over the whole of the canvas, I suppose. Let's get some darks in. Let's go straight with some darks. The nice thing about digital pastels is you can have a massive palette of colours, which when you're working with conventional pastels, of course, you can have a massive palette of colours, but it costs you a lot of money, I've discovered, as I've recently sort of got back into pastels again. And the first thing I thought was, I just do not have enough purples in the kit I'd got. So I wanted to go out and buy a load more. Okay, so I've sort of got some sort of colours going off there, and I'll probably do this all on one layer, you know. I don't see that there's with pastels These only need to be creating lots of different layers. I want to change the brush. I quite like the idea of using this pencil, but make it bigger to get this effect that I'm using soft pastels. So I don't know if I'm kind of doing this right or not. What sort of colours are we going for? Darker than that. We're getting a much softer. Don't know if that's exactly what I want. Now I've sort of zoomed out. What's this one? I don't want wibbly lines. Legacy. Oh, you see, once you zoom out, they take on a totally different feel. Let's try the Legacy. I'm going to mix up the colours a bit. They feel really nice to use. They're not. You don't have to press on hard. They're set up really well, these brushes. I don't know if I like the background colour I chose. What I need to do now is sort of get the impression that we've got these gaps in the tree. So I'm just sort of got the finger on the square bracket keys, changing the size. I'm going. Oops. Remember that if I press the P key, I can toggle or switch to the colour picker. Right. Maybe a browny colour. Oops, too thick. That's better. Let's change the pastel. Let's try the block. I don't think I liked the block when I was looking at it. It is nice for those sharp edges though. Just wondering if that's making it look, that this particular brush makes it look a little bit more digital perhaps than traditional. Let's try the impact grain. Let's see what that does. That's quite nice. Oh, that's the one with the, looks like a paintbrush though. Can't go with that one. Oh, impact. I like this. Let's try this one. Oh, that's nice. That's what I've been looking for. That feels like I'm using a soft pastel. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. I think I will be working with this one for a little while now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go over these trees with this, definitely. Look at that, that just all of a sudden now it's working. That looks a bit too green. I want to a bit more muted than that. There's some distant trees there. Gaps in between them. Right. Let's think about this foreground. I'm getting very excited very excited about this. I'm liking this a lot. These rolling hills of Buxton. There we go. Let's put some earthy tones, browns in here. Now, if I do this, though, I'm going to have to bring it into these trees as well, I think. Whoops, a little bit. Look at that, that is nice. I could use the blending. Let's try that one. Oh, I'm not massive into blending, I have to say. Just do a little bit. Push some of those. Yeah, it's not really. That's not working for me. Was it the impact? It was the impact one that I was using. Yeah, I prefer the sharp edges, I must say, than to having those blurred. Let's get that purple. Didn't like that stroke. I want to put sort of a dark green on this hill. Grayed off though. Like that, that's it. And then I can put this little tower. That's a bit chunky. Let's make it a bit smaller. That's it. There we go. And then put a few detail lines in, I suppose. Don't like that one. I like it up to there. I think this needs to be a bit thicker. I think I need some of this blue in the lower part of the picture. Let's do that. The grey blue. Yeah, that's it. Just sort of ties that all together. A little bit of a thinner. No, I don't. I'm not feeling that. Let's just get that back to there, and I think that should. Yeah, that might be it. and then that's working for me. A little bit of green in there. I just want to lighten these tones in the foreground. I felt it was battling with the scene in the back. So I'm going to get some sort of dark pastels now, maybe towards the blue cool end of the spectrum. Just to make that pop a bit more. I haven't looked at the reference image hardly at all. I think for the sake of the painting, I'm going to add a few more highlights down here. They're not in the photo really, you can't see this. Bit too heavy. I think they're too bright as well. I need to just that's better. So maybe I should knock them back a bit. I'm not so sure as you need many brushes for pastels, because when you're working with a pastel, you're working with probably a hard pastel, a soft pastel, maybe a pencil, and you could have pan pastels, I suppose, as well. So, do you need any other than those? Is that 4 or possibly 5 brushes? I don't know. Like it now, I've got that little bit of light under it, and I can maybe just pop a little bit in there as well. This is I'm going to pick up the background colour and just add that in a little bit, maybe. Just very gently. I like it. I'm just thinking, do I need to do much more? That's an impressionist pastel, isn't it? Really? Really good. These brushes are really good, I have to say. Let's just zoom in. Look at that. That's definitely looks like pastels. You know, I could make this a really detailed drawing if I wanted, and I could go in with that pencil brush. I could change the size of it right down, and I could start painting in, you know, fine detail. Let's change the colour. But I don't want to. I don't want to. I like this looseness that I've got. Let's try this. This brush might be interesting actually, just to put a few finishing. A few finishing strokes. Yeah, because it's not just putting squares down, so that works quite well for the holes in the trees. Yeah. I'm wondering, should I just pop that in there, sort of a backlight on a field behind the trees. That could work. It just draws your eyes to that part of the painting. Maybe the foreground wants some darks in it, I'm thinking. Am I overworking it? That is the question. I could well be. I don't think this is the right brush for the foreground. I prefer the impact brush, I think. Yeah, I don't want to go with anything other than this brush, I think. I'm just trying to get the effect of these rolling hills. I'm not too fussed about being the same as the photo. I just like the way the eye just takes you up to that little tower. I think that's it. I'm gonna sign that. I'm gonna use this impact pencil. I'm gonna crumble the pastel all over the floor as I sign away. So my verdict, I like using these brushes a lot. I thought they really feel like using pastels. They were easy to use. I didn't have to press on with the stylus. It's really taking time to get the pressure set just nice on those. And it doesn't feel like I'm painting in a free app. It feels like I'm painting in a premium app that costs hundreds of dollars. There's a few things quirky in it. Sort of picking colours and things that maybe aren't that easy. But you don't notice it. You don't really notice it after spending 2 minutes on it. But the actual the actual painting experience it's just as good as painting in any other app I've used, and that is a lot down to the brushes, and and not saying that the software isn't awesome as well. Yeah, I can really recommend these brushes if you are into traditional painting. So that is it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I have lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye.